And so we begin Fiesta. There was something I forgot. Very easy to forget. Like I said, it has been a long time since I played Final Fantasy V. And first Fiesta, you're gonna forget things. So, what I forgot, and since have subsequently remembered, there's a crime knife, a thief's knife, that allow you to occasionally, instead of just attacking, you will mug something, which allows you to steal whatever item they have. Some enemies have some brilliant items. We'll see if I can't show you some of these. For example, the necromancers. You may have seen those. They drop bone mail, which would be great on X-Death if it wasn't for the fact X-Death deals 3,000 health's worth of damage to bone mail because it's a holy attack. There are also other things that other enemies can drop that are rather useful. I'll see if we can't see some of those on our way through. So what I did is these guys drop, I believe, the Aegis shield. So if you need an Aegis shield, mug them hard. So additional Aegis would be helpful in most cases, and to most Fest teams, it really would. I mean, free Aegises are free Aegises. The ability to occasionally avoid a spell, very helpful, you would think. And so you might think that's what I went after. That's not what I went after. Anything in this particular one, I don't believe drops anything important. I don't think there's anything in here either that drops anything of importance. I mean, you could farm Dragon Fangs for, you know, the money, but there's not really much reason to. We have a pretty strong crew. There's a better axe we theoretically could get. Barring if we stole a reflect ring, because I believe there are enemies that drop reflect rings in here. I believe so. If not, there are some in Fork Tower that do so. So there's your other alternative for reflect rings. If you wished to take on Fork Tower, we could. There's one item I think we could go after, but that requires going to the Undersea Trench, and we are not doing the Undersea Trench. I mean, technically, you could say there are two items we could use in the Undersea Trench. One's another free Aegis shield, but like I said, could farm those here if you really wanted to. There is one item we are going to get other than the Thief's Knife. And I'm going to skip all the farming because that was like a couple of hours of farming early on in the void to get the one item we need in multiple. It's not like we just needed one of them. We needed 3 of them. I'm talking about the item I sold a long time ago. We had a flame shield, if you recall. Flame shield functions as a flame ring. And it takes up a shield slot. It's actually slightly better than the Aegis, but slightly worse than the crystal shields almost everybody's using now. But it frees up. It frees up that ring slot to be used by our haste. The haste shoes. The Hermes sandals. What this'll do is enable us to perform twice the amount of attacks on X-Death. So instead of 1 attack per 4 cycle, we'll be able to attack twice per 4 cycle. And considering the amount of damage we throw out, let's see, let's assume 2 8Ks from Ferris there, that's 16k plus a potential 5k chicken knife. And let's say a 2,000 from Lena. That is approximately half of any of X-Death's given form's health. We have to survive like 3 or 4 rotations without dying, and we will theoretically kill him. Assuming no one dies or gets horribly petrified. If he petrifies Cryly, the run is basically dead. But this gives us a running shot at killing him, because once one of them dies, he is much easier until we get down to the last one, as I mentioned last time. This is the room, by the way. We'll see if we can encounter them on the way through the one thing you had to... No, it's not any of those. Although it did come with a lot of death dealers, so the XP gain was actually rather lackluster, because someone would almost always die. And I used the first room of this particular area, the ruins, as opposed to any other section, because they appear more commonly, and the groups appear to vary by room. I used this room, and specifically this section right here, just back and forthing, to encounter it. It seemed to be a fairly common encounter, but it wasn't these guys again. It was the grenades. The bomb-like fellows. They have a chance of, when you steal from them, you steal a flame shield. It's not a great chance, and Mug doesn't always hit. But it is worth it, in my opinion. By the way, this is considered a pretty good grinding spot, and I'd agree in general it's not bad. If we needed to grind, I'd like to grind to level 65, which is a lot closer than you would imagine, with the party in its future setup. And I can't say its current setup, because we're still running from the void. There are reasons for that. There are reasons for that. So anyway, we would need to, and this is what I did, I'm just showing off the most important thing I forgot about. Because I forgot the thief's knife existed. How could I forget? I don't know. It's here in Mirage Village. It's actually fairly straightforward, much more straightforward than finding that dumb piano. It is right here. It's not a great weapon, but it allows you to sometimes mug something. That is part one of what I did, because I knew it was going to be a pain in the butt to grind. So I did. I stole this knife, and then I remembered our good companion, the Chocobo. Poor Baco has been somewhere all this time all by his lonesome. He's been all here by his lonesome. Why don't we pay him a visit? And go someplace. Someplace very important. There's an item that allows you to cast summons. This item is called the Magic Lamp. It comes preloaded, fortunately, with all manner of summons, all the summons in fact, and it casts them in order. The order is important. For Exdeath, Neo Exdeath has one part of him can be instantly killed with Odin. This is the only way you're going to be able to summon anything if you don't have a summoner. So Magic Lamp. This is also where you can refill your Magic Lamp. One of two places. The other one is, I believe, in the Deep Sea Trench, which we will not be doing this run. But as you can imagine, with Odin on our hand, we can instantly kill one of the 4 Exdeath parts. Unfortunately, not the Amalgast part, but that is functionally removing a chunk of damage. But that also reduces our recovery time, which is unfortunate. But that gives us an opportunity to get in the damage fast. Hopefully not speed him up too much. So, with the Magic Lamp and the Thief's Knife, I decided I was gonna go check out Odin. And oh boy. Odin is found underneath Ball Castle, in a cave that I ignored near Jakol. You follow through it, it's got a simple puzzle, and then you end up in the basement of Ball Castle. And, yeah, he's just sitting there. This is the party after the grind, by the way. Flame shields all around, Hermes sandals on everyone, except Krylie. I'm debating this very poorly. She will need to keep herself alive, more than anything. So she needs the flame ring. Odin, like I think most of his other incarnations, is on a time limit. You have 1 minute, not a second more, to murder him. With our party at the ludicrous levels we are, and the ludicrous attacks he's as good as dead. We're gonna one-round him if we're not careful. We one-rounded Odin. If you wanted to acquire him, here's where you would do it. I'll show you the cave on the way out. You could just take the easy way through. Oh, and this is also where the Object d'Art are. Here we are. Yes, the Object d'Art. Like most statue creatures, they are weak to thunder. The sound effects are a little wonky in caves. Here's where you would come up. The Jokol Cave. We could just exit to the south, but instead we'll go here. And it's not a big problem. Let me show you the stats quickly, comparing the Aegis, which is, as you can see, a lot less magic defense. That will help, believe it or not. Not as good in evasion, better evasion, not as good defense, better defense. Better magic the Aegis has, but considering we're not going to deal with that, that's fine. And compared to the Crystal Shield, it's only slightly better in defense and evasion. That's why everyone has them, including Ferris, who needs her magic stat pretty far up there. This cave is infested with squirrels. I have no clue what happened to the sound. I'm going to assume it's a haste problem, or possibly a horrible emulation problem. I don't know. As long as it doesn't break, as long as the game doesn't break, we'll be fine. It's also full of Skull Eaters. These are all World 1 monsters. Nothing to worry about. Skull Eaters are only scary if you enter this cave for the Blitz Whip. That's the only time they're scary in World 1, because they will one-shot your party pretty much. They're still pretty tough. They're also very hard to hit, have almost no health, but they give you 5 ABP. That's all. It's a decent start to things. If you're really looking to grind for ability points, you could. I did. I actually did when I played this game initially. Oh, so I grabbed the dragon from... I also grabbed Dragon Friend from the castle. Go put him a little farther away. Maybe he'll survive. He won't survive. I have no clue what's up with the sound. Audio. I know I didn't mess with anything, so that's very odd. That's very odd. Regardless, and then I ground, as I said, off of the grenades, which we'll see if we can't show you at some point. Till, well, till the end. With that all out of the way, turn the battle speed a little bit further down. Maybe that'll slow the lag a little. Keep the ABT gauge. With all that said and done, if I wanted to grind another 3 levels, I could. But I really don't have a reason to. We've got everyone all hasted up except Krylie. They're all strengthened up. Yeah, I don't know what's happened to all the sound. This is really starting to get me. Maybe I accidentally did. No, the audio just seems to be currently bugged. Huh. Bad time to be messing with this. Configure. Okay, let's see if any... Nope, it just seems to be horribly bugged. I don't know why. But only on the knives, so that's rather weird. The knives and running away. Regardless, I don't have anything good to give Lena, is the problem. I also took off the bone mail. I am not dealing with 3,000 extra damage. It is going to kill them more than it is going to help anyone. So, Magic Lamp. The third attack is Odin. So we need to get rid of the first two summons. That was Bahamut. He waits at the Northern Mountain if you had a normal summoner and wanted to get him. The next one is Leviathan. He waits behind the waterfall. We will now never touch this lamp until we get to X-Death. Because, as I said, we need to Zatsuken X-Death. It is our only hope. Our only hope. And we need some good RNG on top of it, so... Now the Flame Shield versus the Flame Rings, there doesn't appear to be any problem or difference. I've been tossing around back and forth, giving Krylie the Hermes Sandals and just throwing elixirs, of which I think I am still under 50 on. Well, that's the first time I've seen two of the roulettes go off at the same time. Unfortunately, with no bone mail, that means someone dies. Which Butts is fine to die. I mean, he was the strongest of the bunch anyway. But as you can see, those Hermes Sandals are amazing. Riley didn't even have a chance. She didn't even have a chance to get her ATB gauge and up there, and Lena just zink and then zink. It may be a bug of the particular mod I'm using. It did say there were going to be some possible issues, which if they're just sound related, that's fine. Even if they're minorly graphical, that's fine. I mean, it is a music replacement mod after all. The GBA was never meant to make these sounds. So we have a couple of more levels under our belts, which is fairly significant. I mean, like I said, we could go to 65, but there's no reason. And actually in here would be a good spot to farm too. Because you can get up to 1800. Ferris is now a level higher. That's good. Because basically everything in here is weak to Faraga. And Krylie at this level can just murder it. And with the golden hairpin on, it doesn't cost a lot of MP to just murder basically everything. The big difference, the big unfortunate, is we've got 3 hasted berserkers. And basically that is our option if we wanted to take on the 3 main. The other 2, Omega and Shinryu, we'd have to use a setup pretty similar to this. Which I don't particularly care for. Someday we may do Omega and Shinryu, maybe even on a Fiesta. But not this Fiesta. This Fiesta is long overstayed its welcome. Which is sad, because I've actually had a pretty good time of it so far. Other than the fact that X-Death just will not die. Omega, please. Omega. Omega. Omega, thank you. I guess he just wanted to dance. He wanted to put on his, a dance for his friends, I guess. Which is quite an odd thing that he would consider us his friends, but, don't question the sentient robot. Who I believe... Did he in lore clash with Shinryu? Yes, they did. Yeah, him and Shinryu are old enemies. Which, again, I love saying it, Final Fantasy XIV has so much of all the fantasies, all the games, but a lot of 5 in it. In particular, I just played through a dungeon in the newest expansion, Stormblood, that had Garula in it. Oh, everybody's favorite enemy. Everyone's favorite elephant, Garula, friend to all. And he was a friend to all. Except the party that went in the dungeon. He did not fight alone. Garula would never fight alone. And he didn't. And it was glorious, and it was fun, and I enjoyed every second of it. Okay, that's what did it? No, that didn't do it. I was thinking it might have been a sample rate issue, but it wasn't. Although it seems to fix the fire problem with fire. Fraga. Now the next problem we have is we have to get all the way back to X-Death. And I've already lost my way. This is great. There's so much you could do depending on your party that makes this... You could make... If you have a dancer, you can make the chicken knife scream. In fact, you can make the dancing dagger scream if you have the right equipment. Iron Giants, don't steal from the Iron Giants. They have nothing of importance. Unless you like your iron armor. They also have, as I mentioned, 18,000 health. Which nobody wants to deal with an enemy with 18,000 health and isn't that helpful. Yo, Jimbo. And he's blinded and poisoned. But, oh. Power Sash. Is that equipable by anyone? I'm surprised we haven't gotten one. No, it's not equipable by... It is equipable. Defense is pretty bad. Magic defense is pretty bad. Strength only goes up by 3, so not really useful. Let's see, antidote and eye drops, and into the main void we go. And now we have to make our way safely to Necrophobe's save point. And then from there, to X-Death, who is going to be straight up a formality. He's not going to be worth anything. Although the first form is going to be a cakewalk. He's going to be nothing more than a cakewalk. I'm gonna see if I can't show off the thief knife. It is in here somewhere. I mean, gosh, there it is. And what it does. Those guys also drop high potions, which so do the grenades we were trying to kill. If I can't steal a free Aegis for the fun of it. Yeah, see, sometimes it just fails to steal, just like the actual command, which is great. You know, that's brilliant. I enjoy it. And I forgot that this weapon existed until another Fiesta run I'm following. A streamer, significantly more set and professional in his way, but with co-commentators and everything. Silly man. He grabbed it and he's like, oh yeah, don't forget this, the crime knife. Oh, I forgot that was a thing. I can't believe I forgot that was a thing. It's like, that was dumb of me to forget. There are some sections of the game with some enemies with some very useful steals. As I mentioned, the Aegis shields, the flame shields. I wasn't expecting to have to rely on flame shields and flame rings this whole time. I mean, I knew it was probably going to happen. I just forgot that was all I had. See, Necromancer. He's the one with the bone mail. I'll see if I can't snag a extra bone mail. Even though it's not going to be used by anyone. If I can, I'd like to just have it. Now, the hardest part's going to be the Berserkers not, you know, spreading out their damage too thinly. Because they are going to be spreading it out because that's what they do. If they can just kind of focus, I think we can survive up to 3 rounds. That's, I think, what we were averaging last time. We're a little bit stronger this time than we were last time. 3 Berserkers, 1 Black Mage, back in the void. Let's see, and I think everyone's 62 but Cryolly. I think everyone's got everything they want. She's gonna want the Mangus Rod. Now, I've yet to see how... Oh, this is gonna be a bad, bad day. Come on, chicken knife. Thank you, chicken knife. You have saved us. Back into the void we go. May have been from all the fast forwarding that it just broke. For those of you who know anything about emulation, it is held together by string and duct tape. Tree X-Death, Void, and now we into the Void. Dawn Warriors, King Tycoon. And here we are. Final boss. Let's see if we can't get him this time. Well, he's not holding back. Oh, by the way, I did mention that Berserkers are ATB gauges. Do not stop. Oh, he is going all out. Ooh. As soon as I bust them out of their stone casing, they're gonna start going at it. I'm not gonna even have time to heal in this phase and get them back up to full health. This is a big problem. I'm tempted to restart this fight. Yeah, everyone is going to be badly damaged by the time this ends, because we have rushed him down so quickly. We just have to survive several Amalgasts, which means I need to be able to pull off... Nope. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. I need Krylie to be able to cast that first round, which means you need to stop being a butt. That white hole nonsense is nonsense. Okay, here's our chance. This is our best chance. Our best and first chance to beat Exdeath. I'm not sure why Exdeath is so obsessed with deleting everything and then letting himself die as well. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but that's to be expected. Anyway, magic lamp time. I think I've heard that it sometimes doesn't work. Nope, is that Zukin? One of Exdeath is dead. I don't know which one. Obviously not the important one. Maybe it was the Grand Cross one? Oh, please let it be the Grand Cross one. If we got rid of the Grand Cross... Okay, check time. Grand Cross is still alive. Grand Cross is still alive. So we have, in order, Grand Cross, Amalgast, and the other one. Sadly, as long as Amalgast and Grand Cross are alive, this is going to be a pain. Especially if Krylie gets hit with either death or old. Old is survivable at best. But we have 3 Berserkers. If they can focus down the... I want... Oh... Can you please focus down the Grand Cross? If Grand Cross dies, we can survive Amalgast. It's a pain, but it's survivable. We just need Grand Cross dead. And with one fewer target, Berserkers are powerful. It's a good thing Krylie has her turn, because we need Ferris in particular alive. She's consistent. Never mind, Ferris is very, very dead. Temporarily. We've got a blind Lena, we can avoid that, ignore that. We need Ferris alive. Because if we can kill the Grand Cross, we can survive. We just need... Krylie's not going to get a shot at saving Ferris, I don't believe. Malgast is still alive, unfortunately. Oh, there goes Ferris again. We need... Well, we can stay in Frog, that's not... Oh, no, we can't. So we don't have any magic. I didn't check to see whether or not my MP was drained or not. I've got a feeling an Amalgast is coming. Oh, no, just a vacuum wave. A Grand Cross. Realistically, this is going to come down to RNG more than anything. Oh, great, we've got a zombie Krylie. That's not going to help anyone. We just need Amalgast needed to die. Amalgast just needs to die. A toted blind Lena is not going to help anyone. But a dead Krylie is a dead Krylie, is a dead party. Yeah, a dead Krylie is a dead party. Unless he killed Amalgast that next turn. It kills Amalgast within the next few turns. We have a very dead party on our hands. Amalgast is unfortunately still alive, and Chicken Knife is being very Chicken Knife. But either has to solo this through magic. Here comes the next Amalgast. I mean, at this point, he's dead. He will not survive the next Amalgast. Okay, he will. Just not by enough. And it's followed by a Grand Cross. This is why we kind of have to hope Berserkers kind of focus. Because there was enough damage there to kill Amalgast. He's still alive? Okay. It's basically up to Krylie attacking him to keep him alive. Because he's not surviving the next Amalgast. He has to block everything. Well, that's not happening. I think survival is not... He was also ulted. He's dead. But that was actually very close. That's how we're going to have to win this fight. Very carefully with Berserker. We need RNG in our favor. That's what Berserker is all about. Okay, so far so good. That was not a wasted fight, which is good. There are some useful summons. I could try and cycle through some of them. But I do not know the order. I know Carbuncle is in there, as is Golem. Both are very helpful summons. I don't know what's after Odin. Let's find out. It's all about experimentation. It's Rama. Oh no, Sildra. Spoilers. Which actually puts out some pretty decent damage. But we're going to be suffering the next Amalgast here momentarily. Unless, obviously... Okay. Yes, yes, X-Death. Your Vacuum Wave is very nasty. Everyone needs to survive. Maybe we'll get some downtime to between this and the Grand Cross to cast the next summon. I mean, we're not, but we could. And here's the Grand Cross. Like I said, there are 16 status effects. If he poisons anyone, they're fine. If he olds... He did the exact same dang thing. He did the exact same dang thing. He literally did the exact same dang thing. Huh. This looks oddly familiar. Come on, give me your next Amalgast. This is literally the exact same fight. We've never had this happen before. This is 2 in a row. I'm wondering if his script is set in stone once you kill the tree, the original X-Death. We'll try this again. If we get the exact same results, we'll fight regular X-Death again. He's not hard. Yeah, this is all going the exact same way. This does not bode well. On the other hand, the fight is going smooth. I was hoping to maybe introduce enough RNG to where the seed won't be saved, but that doesn't appear to be a thing that's actually happening. Everything seems to be proceeding exactly as before, and I'm wondering why that is. Yeah, this is exactly the same fight. And there's nothing we can do at this point. You can't swap out accessories in battle. Otherwise, I'd be swapping the Angel Ring onto Cryolene. Yes, because that prevents zombification. So as long as Ferris doesn't... Ferris is going to die. There's no way around it. And if it results in the exact same... They are not the exact same. Excellent! The Timid can be fixed. As can Toad. I think Crowley probably was aged. Lena is less important. Lena is by far less important. Butts is merely poisoned, I believe. No, he must be petrified. Oh, that's not good. Anyway, he's gonna summon an Amalgast here soon. We just had a couple of really bad RNG. Yeah, Butts must be petrified. He's petrified. We will leave him be for now. Let the Berserker sleep. I should have... Well, no. Keeping him like that will have not added any additional status effects. And... silenced Cryly. That is bad. That is very, very bad. For this exact reason. Cryly's now dead. It is now up to the two Berserkers and their cheering frog. If a Malgast can die... Okay, Grand Cross just died. Grand Cross is dead. They need to kill a Malgast next. Oh my, we may... Kill the Amalgast, and then you have to rapidly kill the other one. Come on. Come on. No. No, 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 X-Death. Don't you dare. Because once the next one's dead... Once they're down to one, he gains all the abilities of his others. But with a Berserker team, we have a possibility. We're dead. That means we killed one of them because he just Grand Crossed. Grand Cross is dead. Doomed? Doomed is fine. No, Grand Cross must be the back one then. Dang it! All this time I thought was the guy up front. You guys don't have long. You have to kill... You guys have no options. Okay, that one's dead. We did it. We just beat X-Death. Yes! I can't believe it. Fiesta's finally over. I'd like to thank everyone. And now, we have to screen capture the X-Death. I can't believe we just... X-Death. I will save the X-Death a couple of times. X-Death. X-Dead. X-Death is dead. Unfortunately. As part of the story, everyone who dies when X-Death dies does not come back. Cryly and Lena are dead forever. We succeeded, folks. Thank you. Oh. X-Death is dead. Final Fantasy V 4-job Fiesta is over. 2 of 3 Berserkers survived. The Black Mage did not. The world will be reborn. Remember, their essence was given back at the Wind Shrine. The world is not quite as doomed because Exdeath is dead. The one aggressor in the world is now gone. It was up to these 4 heroes, 2 of which died valiantly in the struggle. It'll be up to Ferris to lead the people of Tycoon. And the crystals, with their great shards, are born anew in new places. Earth is in the pyramid. Water behind the waterfall where a tablet used to be. Actually in the locations of the 4 tablets. The Great Sea Trench. Fire is born underwater. And in the end, the things that were lost to the void have been returned. But where's the wind reborn at? There were only 3 crystals reborn. At least Kryle's figured out how to move in the void. We only used two of the shards. We assume so. We didn't actually see the wind crystal be reborn. Hello, 5 heroes of the past. Why King Tycoon is there, I have no idea, but I'm assuming he was originally planned to be a warrior. Because Kelgar doesn't get much done or said about him. Even Zizat has more than that. He just kind of seems like an afterthought, and always has. Sadly, 2 will forever remain engulfed in the void. Oh, Hiryu's back! Faithful Windrake Hiryu. Carry us one last time, Hiryu. Bye, Lena. Bye, Kryle. It did. Two did not survive, but 2 did. The world will never forget your sacrifice. In the remains of the Wind Shrine, the Wind Crystal is reborn. Ah, Sid and Mid are alive again. Alive again. Oh yes, a letter. What's this about? Ah yes, butts. 2 of us made it back. There are different endings depending on who survives. I don't know the specifics of it, because I've only ever had all 4 party members survive. And I don't remember that one that well either. Waltz is back. Moogle Forest is back, yes. Ah, Ferris. Ferris and Butts, the traveling duo. Ferris is the last of the royal family of Tycoon. The lost one has returned. If only, Ferris, if only. They have a political revolution on their hands that no one asked or prepared for. Hit the road again. Oh, there's an egg. Oh, 2 eggs. 3 eggs. Aww. 3 little baby chocobos. Apparently, their chocobos reproduce in a manner somewhat similar to humans. I mean, they're in an egg, but they're maintained internally until it's time to hatch, which is very, very odd. Lena. Her greatest hits. Getting struck by an arrow. Purposefully poisoning herself. Then nearly dying. Revealing her sister's true identity. And being laughed at. Cryly. We didn't get much story from Cryly. She inherited Galif's powers. She shoves better than butts. She saved everyone from death at the hand of King Tycoon, who was possessed by X-Death. They were Sid. You've got a harebrained scheme, haven't you? Or maybe they'll find their own way to return. No one's quite certain. The Void is a very strange and timeless place. Maybe the Guardian Tree will have something to do with it. You'd be dead. And there it is, the theme. Finally. He had a trick up his sleeve the whole time. They're not dead. They just missed an entire year of existence. Galuf, stop stealing the limelight. Let us hear from King Tycoon. They could have made a sequel, but they didn't. Instead, we got a classic. A classic we didn't get until the Game Boy Advance port. I mean, you could count the PlayStation 1 port, but it doesn't run that great. I mean, it runs, but the load times between every battle make it a very much more drawn-out game. And the Steam and mobile port is not great. Functional, yes, for the most part. It's had some rebalance and fixing of some bugs that were available in the other releases, unfortunately. But pick it up from there if you have a chance, I would say. And of course, Krylie gets her Windrake. So, that's Final Fantasy V. I'm gonna let it roll here while I take care of some administrative issues on the Fiesta site. Since we'll be taking tomorrow off of streaming, it'll give me time to get some more things set up, possibly. Worst case scenario, and I will announce this on the Twitch chat if necessary when I come to tomorrow, as to what the plans are. If I have to, I will say on the Twitch chat, and I will also tweet on my Twitter, which is twitter.com/stompinllama, just like everything of mine. I'll also tweet there as to whether or not we will be streaming at the rest of the week or not. It is always a possibility that I may need to do some more administrative things. But 4-Job Fiesta concludes with a successful Exdeath death, and I'm happy. we'll see you tomorrow. We'll see you Wednesday, folks. We'll see what I'm doing. I may do another run. Just no berserker risk.